Hey there again, it's Marcy in her famous Screenomatic videos. I feel like it's the easiest way for me to communicate things with you, considering we can't just all sit down and talk. I wanted to go over a couple things on the spreadsheet. I do believe we have the filtering issue figured out. Just so you know, I locked the first 4 columns just for the sole purpose of keeping everything intact so that we don't lose data. That's it. I'm not trying to keep track of everything and not let you do something. It would be easier if you could all edit it. It would be easier on me, but if you just keep sending me a message, I will get to it and I will edit it and keep everything clean. Also, every morning on Friday, I do make a copy, so if anything weird really what happened, I would go ahead and have a backup copy, and I update it every Friday. So just so you know, Thursday afternoon I go in here and I go to column U and I just delete all this so that we know we're going to send a new mail merge. So I need a clean column to send a new mail merge. So it's going to be zeroed out or cleaned out, and everything should go clear color. Once I send the email Friday about 10 o'clock, then you start to see these messages. Green should be opened. We are noticing every now and then that it's opened, but it's not greened. All they did was highlight and go ahead and fill it in so we can visually see that. Something else too that's sort of somewhat important, a few people had questions on. There will be students that have nothing, okay, because maybe they're a senior, and if there is nothing there, then we don't want an email in this column, because if there's an email in this column, they'll get a blank email. So I do take those out and put them over to the column to the left. So anybody who's tracking seniors, knowing that there are no classes, FLVS or Palm Beach Virtual, the email does not belong in this column. I am actually moving that, not deleting it, but moving it. Alright, so now let's say what we're here. What I can see on my screen is I can see who's opening it, and I do have some tracking information that I like to watch by Friday to get an idea who opened them. Just to reiterate a little bit on filtering, just in case you didn't get that, I need to move my screen a little bit. Here's that FX I was talking about, and thank you to Sarah. She's helped me out a lot with this. Click on here. When you click on this, you highlight everything. That's where you're going to actually be able to filter, and you can go in and filter out your names without messing everybody else up. So then I'm just going to clear everything and pick my name. So here's Marcy's. Taking a look at this, and I'm like thinking, okay, I probably should call Catherine because she has 3 behind pace. I need to call Idealis and Tyler. I've talked to him a couple of times, and Ted, maybe. I'll take a closer look at that. Now here's another step that I want you to be aware of that you can start doing next week on your students. So I know we're all filling in every class that we have with all of them that we have. So I have 29 now, and I go through and fill in all my U.S. history and economics students. Then I filter in and I just see my students, and I fill in these FLVS to get a better idea of how they're really doing. I noticed here that Tyler is working in one of his courses, but he's not actually activated. So I put a comment in here and it goes right into the mail merge. I did add his name. Tyler needs to contact his physical science instructor for a welcome call. And this can go out next week to anybody you think needs a special report. Like, hey, they did, they're doing so much better this week. You can start to put in a note, but keep in mind it's going into a mail merge. Make it short and sweet. Put the student's name in there because the note's already part of a merge. Now, what I'm doing is putting together a plan. Deborah asked me to do this, and I showed you a little bit of this the other day. So there is a process that we're going through, and I'm going to send this out to everybody. You can edit it any way you want. I want your input. That there's steps, so that if we hire a new teacher, they know exactly what to do. Step 1 through 4, we're already doing. Teachers will track and record the students' progress weekly on the Google Sheet. A weekly progress report will be emailed via the mail merge every Friday morning between 9 and 10 a.m. Any student behind pace in any course in a given week will receive a text message from the instructor of that particular course. I'd like you guys input right here, because is that what you're doing? Or are you sending an email? Or are you calling? These are just our full-time Palm Beach Virtual students. And then here's what we just started. Any student behind pace in 3 or more courses in a given week will receive a phone call home from the advisor teacher. Calling us an advisor teacher. If you have a name to come up with, like Violet said, fairy godmother, I would love a creative name if you want for whoever we're in charge of. The instructor will go ahead and call home, talk to the student, talk to the parent, and then let Patrice know. And then also you need to record it here in the communication column. Notice the communication column is for us to share. This is not particularly going to be, this won't go in the mail merge. The notes will go in the mail merge. This goes into the mail merge directly to the student and the parent. This is a note for all of us to see what's going on in case you want to check on a specific student. The next thing to go with the tracking is step 4 and 5. This is where Deborah would like us to do something, and this is coming from a model that she created for K-12, so I'm not creating this from scratch. But basically after 2 weeks of being behind pace, we could say 3 weeks because we're moving along here as we go and we're creating this as we go, that we put them on a student success plan. And there is a form, there's 2 of them that I have. I'll show you both and maybe we'll vote on what you think is a better one. So that we are communicating, we have them on a student success plan, we watch them for a couple of weeks, and maybe after the first week you want to send the message to the parents that they're doing great. That would be a great place to put in a note, you know, okay, so Idealist is on a student success plan, and this week she showed huge improvement in algebra, or however we want to do that. So there's part of a communication within the mail merge. Of course, if this is not working, then we do have to take this up to the administration, and the administration will decide what to do, whether to remove a student or not. And that's actually happening without going through all these steps, but Deborah would like something in writing, so we have a step 1 through 6 of knowing exactly what we do. There are a lot of times we jump from step 3 all the way to step 6 because circumstances and the parents decide to take the kids out of school. And take them out of our school and place them in the building. So that's another issue. So just take a look at this. Feel free to edit anything you want. I have the original copy. I'm also going to send you these forms. This right here could be a student success plan. It's a little lengthy. This one came from K-12. There's another one I'm going to send that was created by teachers at our school 2 years ago. I will send that as well. I just don't have it up on my screen. Here's a second step that maybe we could send a letter out or talk to the learning coach at home and have them fill this out and talk to them. And then this is the final step, which is K-12 right here. We probably won't use this, but I want to show you a model of step 1 through step 6 of what we do before we withdraw a student. This is the final step where somebody in the office decides to remove the student. So hopefully I'm not taking too much of your time. If you have questions, please go ahead and give me a call or text me or message me. And as always, have a great weekend. Bye.